October 12th, 2015. Sometimes dealing with anxiety makes me wonder, God, well, it certainly affects my words when I talk. It affects everything that I do. Anxiety is one of my hardest mood swings. I have a lot of plans for depression. I have plans for mania. I have plans for psychosis. And anxiety just gets me. It just grabs me and it gets me. This is an anxiety move. The playing of the hair, breathing, not knowing where to go, trying to figure things out, trouble getting my words out. And one of the reasons is that anxiety takes your ability away to know what you need. Depression talks to you in a certain way, and it tells you things, and it tells you to do this and do that, and that you can't do this and you can't do that. Anxiety is different. Anxiety stops your ability to go, what do I need right now? Okay, I'm hyperventilating. I have a project that I'm getting started and I'm nervous and it's giving me a bit of a panic attack. Should I go take a break? Should I go to the office? I actually don't know what I need right now. So I thought I would film this to show how I get through the process. When I'm anxious, I tend to drive around aimlessly. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pull over. And as I pull over, I'm going to go to a place where I can sit in my car, turn off my car, and figure out what I'm going to do. Anxiety takes away my ability to put things in order. Like I need to do this, 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 and this. It's all a jumble. It's like a big, what I call the tangled ball of string, and I have no idea what I need to do next. First thing I have to do is get the anxiety itself under control. This always involves breathing. Nobody with anxiety breathes correctly because it's part of the mood swing. So right now I've pulled over. I'm going to turn off my car. I'm in a safe place. You can breathe with me. It has to do with the out-breath and the in-breath. Oxygen and carbon dioxide. I almost said carbon monoxide once. You got to get that balance back. Part of anxiety is the balance issue where you just get too much oxygen and you go and so you're not getting that balance of bringing in and pushing out. Breathing works for anxiety. Gives me a little bit more clarity. I next have to remember my typical anxiety symptoms. I have a lot of vision problems. I'm going to put on my sunglasses. Anxiety gives me a white film over my eyes. I have hard time seeing, so if there's any sun, etc., blocking it out really helps me in terms of anxiety. I also need to put myself in a place where I can lower my anxiety. Because I work for myself, I am allowed to choose my own hours. I do need to work. I have a lot of work I need to do. But I don't think I can go do that work right now. So the next thing I need to decide is, what do I need? I have options. Since I'm moving to Europe in a couple months, I can go to my house and do the simple stuff in my room that needs to be done. I can go to a movie, which is something that always helps me. Believe it or not, in the space of 2 hours, often a movie, if you see the right one, can calm you down and get rid of panic attacks. If you're not going to be able to work anyway, why not go to a movie? I hate anxiety. The next thing is to determine where the anxiety is coming from. Oh, I do have another option. The Euro qualifiers are on for international football. I'm a huge soccer fan, so I can go sit at my favorite soccer pub, have one of my favorite salads, actually salad when I'm there, and I don't drink, so it's not a bad thing, and watch Spain play. That would be interesting. I also have to deal with the fact that I have still have an injury from my bike accident. It's 1,000 times better, but it's still there, so I have to think about where I'm going to sit. I have made a decision about the project I'm going to do next. It's a Kickstarter project, so isn't it natural that anybody who's moving into a big project would feel anxious, especially if you have bipolar disorder? So I can see why this anxiety would be doing this to me. Anxiety, when I close my eyes, I feel it in every inch of my body. Anxiety is debilitating. Anxiety is one reason I wasn't able to work for many, many years. And it's one reason it's very hard for me to work at actual businesses. When this kind of anxiety hits me, I actually have to do something about it. I do have Ativan. If it got so bad that I couldn't stand it, I would take a little tiny piece of Ativan, which would calm me down. If I had some Ativan with me right now, I would take a little tiny piece because this is a panic attack. Do you know how weird it is to let somebody see you yawn on film? The most important thing during a panic attack and anxiety is to recognize it. And then the next most important thing is to make a decision about what you're going to do and do it. That's what Get It Done When You're Depressed talks about. Even though that book is for depression, it's all about anxiety, believe me. So right now I have a decision to make. What do I want? What do I need? It doesn't have to be all day. So sometimes when you have these kind of anxieties, you'll say, I have to take the rest of the day off. Actually, you don't. It might just take a couple hours to get out of this. And I might be absolutely fine in the afternoon and be able to go to my office and do the big work that I need to do. But right now I can feel this one's a serious one. And so I'm going to go to a movie. This is always one of my best anxiety treatments. It means I'll have to work later this evening. But a dark theater where I'm in a movie where I can sort of scrunch up and put my legs there and I sort of take my jackets with me and put it around to help my back. Those work very well for me. The soccer thing doesn't sound good because it's an extremely, and I always feel sad about what I have to miss out because of anxiety, but where I watch football, there's about 7 televisions. That's really not what I need right now, is it? Going home and working in my room might help, but the thing is that physically that's a bit taxing, and also I'm not sure that that's a good thing for anxiety. I think it's a good thing to do. So my choice is a movie. I've called my panic tech. I guess I've calmed it down by maybe about at least 35%, maybe even half. I now have a decision, and I'm positive because every time I go to a movie, the panic attacks go away. I wish you luck. People with bipolar disorder have anxiety. It is a natural part of the illness. It can turn your hair green. You have to be really careful. This is from anxiety. It really is. Bye.